Well, it worked this time. I'm actually live. The camera sucks. Okay, I guess that's how it's gonna be tonight. Hang on a second, guys. Trying to get my lighting right. Because I'm in a different location because of all the issues with internet. There we go. Okay. Hey, Amy. Thank you. I appreciate you coming in. So I'm not okay. There's been a lot going on. Oh, by the way, welcome to Restore Belief with Nikki. I am Nikki. Try to get this done right. No. Yes. Okay. All my stuff over there. Let's try this. There we go. Okay. So, I don't even know where to begin. Well, let's see. First thing. Anyway, normally I'm very upbeat and all of that. The last couple of weeks have been really difficult. As you guys know, my mom died the 5th of February. It didn't hit me until 2 weeks ago. I understand that. I get that. But what I don't get is something that happened last night on a different show. And I'm having a really hard time with it. I'm extremely angry by it. Livid is the word that I am, but that's beside the point. Anyway, so my mom is the one who gave me hello to the people who are watching. Thank you. Come on in, grab a cuppa and sit down and watch and listen and be in chat if you so choose to do so. Anyway, my mom is the one who gave me the title for last week's, what was supposed to be last week's show, The Journey. And there's going to be more to it this time, because apparently certain things need to be discussed. Less than an hour ago, I didn't even know if my eyes were going to be okay, because less than an hour ago, both of my eyes were bright red, bloodshot, and they have been like that for a while, which is a direct result from targeting. That does happen. That is not laughable or joking. When you're hit with energy weapons, direct energy weapons that act as, I grip big sigh from the dog over that, that act like microwave weapons on your body, and it makes your skin burn and blister. Thank God I haven't had any bleeding, but I do know people that have had that kind of thing when they've been targeted with the kind of weapons that I've been targeted with. And so I thank God for castor oil, organic, hexane-free, blah, 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 castor oil, because that has been helping my skin. I had a group session I went into a couple of weeks ago where I was like, I'm not going on camera because I'm literally from my chest up the back of my head into my hair, I was covered because I'd been, on my birthday, I had 2 really bad rounds of direct energy weapons on me, and it literally started to blister the skin on my ears. My scalp was on fire. I was in a great deal of pain, which is exactly what they wanted, but that's beside the point. Anyway, I looked like I had a sunburn, really, really bad sunburn, and the only thing that took care of it was castor oil. It saved my skin. Unfortunately, it wasn't enough to where I was doing castor oil packs because my jaw bones, my jaw, my thyroid even hurt. Um, the bones in in my head were like, I mean, I felt like they were brittle. It was the weirdest experience. So anyway, if you are targeted, know you're not alone. Um, know that any kind of targeting obviously is not okay, and typically it does start with SUVs, black SUVs. Um, yeah, I'm pissed. I'm really pissed off right now. Anyway, um, it's no fucking joking matter, especially when you know a lot of people who are experiencing it, who do go through it on a daily fucking basis. It's not laughable. Um, anyway, it's just my family sure as hell doesn't think it's laughable either. I have an adult son who found out exactly what it was like. And I'm not going into that. Um, yeah, as Amy says, they don't need the SUVs to target. It's more remote than that. Yeah, I mean, they start off. It's very typical. I had 3 SUV experiences with that bullshit. Following us into parking lots, following us in exactly from one spot, one location to another location. I got pictures. I'm like, okay, I even got pictures of the people who were out of the vehicle. Same freaking person followed us everywhere, even to locations that you would. I was like, and we do back road stuff. I anyway, so that's usually the beginning. Mine, that wasn't the beginning. Mine was the beginning where I got nailed 4 days after. Well, technically, we left 4 days. Okay, so we were there a total of, was it 8 days? 5 days. 2019, I was at a Paracon and talked to a retired CIA agent about the book. And because I did that, he tried to hypnotize me without my permission and came running back to me. Literally, I was absolutely horrified by how he came back to me the following day, that Sunday, after that night trying to hypnotize me in front of other people without my permission. And we left on, so that was Saturday. Sunday rolled around. He comes running back. And Monday was when we left. And 4 days later, that Friday, which I think was March the 8th, 2019, I had government asshats in my home. Yeah, that's exactly who I'm talking about, Amy. She nicknames him a specific term. Anyway, and ever since then I've been targeted, and the targeting changes up. I've had people here that I know that are very good astral travelers, and they have witnessed these government agents in astral and have actually helped me remove a couple of them from my home. Yeah, and then I've had others when I've been on video call. I can't think of what it's called, but anyway, and video call. And they're like, you do realize you've got an asshole behind you? And I'm like, yeah, I know. And there's also one over there. So they have been witnessed. I'm not the only one saying this. I'm not the only one who has seen them or experienced them. Other people have and can corroborate. So there's that aspect of it, and that went on for a number of years. So from March 8th, 2019, all the way through 2021, August of 2021, because then it started, because they couldn't get the information out of me the way they wanted to, in a very insidious, manipulative, horrific way. They started choosing to target me with frequency weapons. And the very first one is on one of my live broadcasts. I was doing a live broadcast. Funny enough, the live broadcast that I think was my birthday, I got nailed for an hour. What was it? An hour and 55 minutes while I was live. I think that was a 3-hour broadcast, something like that. Anyway, and an hour and 55 minutes of it was me having, and then I got nailed with another dew weapon after those 3 hours. A few hours later, I got hit again, and I had swelling all over my body. I had all kinds of medical problems because of that bullshit. So yeah, targeting is very real. It is not laughable. It is not something to make a joke out of. And it is incredibly painful. And the fear factor that it can cause, because family members can be hit as well. And that can be frightening. It can be really, really frightening, especially when a few people can start going, a couple of people to a few people, or however many. If you have young children in your home and you're being targeted, they're going to be affected too. They're going to probably start acting like they've got Alzheimer's of some form, because this kind of experience on adults, it's very difficult. There are a lot of supplements that one can take, ingest, that can help. There are a lot of things topically that can be done. I thank God for a number of very well-informed people in my life. So it's a journey. My mom was right when she said, call it the journey, because it is a journey. It's a journey in so many levels. There's so many levels to being a targeted individual. There's also many levels and many aspects to the journey of being a got a brain fart going on. Sorry, guys. Many levels to dealing with spirits. There's many aspects to this. Sorry, guys. I'm really tired, and I'm having a hard time. The fact that I even got this actually turned on when everything in my computer said it wasn't going to happen. Which means that this was supposed to take place. I don't know how long it's going to be, but so the journey of health with a targeted individual, they can get extremely ill. There's folks that I know that can't get out of bed because of their targeting. Literally cannot get out of bed because of the kind of targeting they are experiencing right now. There are people that have forms of Havana syndrome. There are people that are being targeted through their dreams because, yes, some of these government asshats that I call asshats, they they can go into the dream level, but it's via psychic levels. They're doing it in incredibly insidious ways. You want to know, there's a couple of movies that I would highly recommend that you look into. Of course, I can't think of the name of it. Um, not insurrection. What the hell is it called? Um, there's a kid. I think of him as a kid only because Third Rock from the Sun. He used to play in the TV show Third Rock from the Sun. And hey Christopher, thank you for coming in. This actor did a really good job at portraying this one specific character in this TV movie, and it's exactly uh, when my loved one, who worked for the government years ago, told me, keep an eye out on movies. Government releases a lot of information through movies. It's not how he worded it, but that's essentially what he said. Keep an eye out on different things that take place, because you will see that it's a version of a soft disclosure in multiple levels. And he was right. Unfortunately, the bomb took him out, while he was in a vehicle, and that's beside the point. But anyway, that's probably the most I've said about how he died. And that will probably more easily identify him according to the government. Anyhow, so the journey happens with spirits. The journey happens with every aspect of life that one goes through. There's a journey that I'm going through, that I'm still going through, dealing with my mom's death. That's a process. It is a process, but it's also a journey. Do I know my mom's here? Yeah. Do I feel her right now? No, but I know I know she's here. I think, if anything, I think she's with my son right now, but that's kind of beside the point. Oh, well, I just got told, no, I'm sitting right next to you. I'm like, okay, but I don't feel her. And part of that is because I'm tired. Um, and they're talking, they got pizza for dinner. So anyway, very rare, very nice, but very rare. Anyway, but yeah, I mean, life is a journey. Dealing with ETs is a heck of a journey. When you deal with ETs, it's quite a process to deal with. Mentally, it's hard to go through. I mean, even Amy commented, I can't remember how you phrased it, Amy. It was really well worded, and I hope it's okay to quote you. It's a good quote. It's something you told me just 2 hours ago, maybe. I'm gonna see if I can get it. Anyway, my device is slow. Anyway, so yes, quote me anytime. Thank you, dear. Appreciate that. Waiting on the device, because I've got an old device. I remember back when you doubted it. She was regarding targeting. We were talking about targeting, and I was upset, and she was helping me with it. She said, I remember back when you doubted it. You were not making fun of anyone. You researched more, quote unquote. And then she goes on and she said, that is a good solution. Stay quiet until one researches it from all angles. And I wrote truth. That's I didn't make fun of it because I didn't understand it, and yet I knew people who were telling me, and a couple of them been in ufology for, God, 25, 30 years. Um, and they've talked about the kind of target. They've made it very public. They've written books. I mean, hello. There are a lot of other people who have experienced this. I was very, very angry, very, very upset. Um, I'm still very angry that somebody in a position it just astounded me, actually. Really freaking astounded me. And then I'm like, anyway, I'm not going to say the rest. Um, so, I'm not naming names. Anyway, the point is that we all have journeys, and it's getting through those the best that you can. And for me, that's usually music and binaural beats and changing frequency, my own frequency, working on different things. It's really difficult sometimes, but it's also really important that you take care of you. One of the things that I was having a hard time with was, and I'm getting better at it. In the last 2 weeks, I've had a really difficult time about. I mean, I've been eating and that kind of thing, and not overindulging, not doing any of the bullshit old patterns that I used to do back in the 90s and early 2000s. I've broken all of that. I'm a lot healthier than I was back. A lot healthier than I was back then regarding how I deal with taking care of myself. Now I'm having a hard time taking my vitamins, because my vitamins for me are really important, because we all go through a form of, hey, you got to do your own research. This is not medical advice, folks. Do your own frickin' research. In my opinion, I believe we all have mineral deficiencies and vitamin blah, 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 blah. Anyway, do your own research. And for me, very specific things help my personal body. And I've had a number of doctors, some of them bariatric, some of them gut doctors, who have all told me, okay, yeah, actually I would. No, I'll put it over there, then it's going to end up with the dog. Thank you, though. So they, those vitamins for me are really rather important, because I found that, yes, I do have mineral deficiencies, and yes, that can cause a lot, wrong way. That can cause a lot of problems. So I look into certain things, and I do my research, and I talk to doctors, and I deal with it that way. So you got to find things that work for you, logically for your body and mentally for your mind, and to change up frequencies. And changing up frequencies is as easy as changing environment in your home, cleaning, using different scented soap. It's things that create positivity, things that, so in other words, if you have a messy home, start working on cleaning it up. Rearrange furniture if you can. When you do that, you literally change the dynamics in your environment. It literally changes energy. Do your research. Look it up. Then start looking into frequency hertz. Hertz, I think is how it's spelled. So do your research that way. You can change a frequency around you just by having it on headphones. For that matter, you could even put it on the TV. Most of the newer TVs LG or whatever they are have YouTube. Get onto YouTube, put it on the TV, and listen to binaural beats music, solfeggio music, or different frequency hertz, tones, even singing bowls, things that literally resonate in your body. Once you start doing that, it can make a significant difference. And you can start healing a lot of things that are going on in your body. But that also comes down to doing your research and how badly do you want to deal with this? Uh, same old only produces the same old bullshit routine all the time. Change things up. It's a live and learn type of thing, and it's not easy sometimes, especially if you get stuck. There was a time where I got stuck, a long time actually. I got stuck in a pattern, and it's like, I got to get out of this. This pattern isn't okay. It's not healthy for me in any way, shape, or form. And it took a long time. It took a really long freaking time to get out of those patterns. The one thing that I am doing that is not okay in my book for me is I'm back to drinking Coca-Cola again. And for me, that's a stress thing. I'm either not feeling good or it's a stress thing. Right now, it's a stress thing. And I'm like, I need to stop drinking that. Get back into my seltzer or my iced tea or my flavored water. And I'm not using powdered stuff. I don't know what I'm hearing. I'm not using powdered stuff. I'm using like high, no, not high fruit. What the hell? I'm using fruit juice that is concentrated, but it's not frozen concentrated, if that makes sense. Anyway, so, and I'm adding just about a tablespoon of that to over a 20-ounce container of water, and it flavors it just enough because after this targeting started, my taste buds changed for regular water. I used to be able to drink lots and lots of ice cold or room temperature water. I can't do that anymore ever since the targeting. And that's something I've never talked about. It's changed different things like that for me. Interestingly enough, it hasn't stopped my mediumship abilities. It's decreased some of my hearing, but my mediumship hearing, but it's not done what they wanted. They want me to shut my mouth. I'm not going to shut my mouth. I'm going to keep talking and say, government, I've had enough of your bullshit. And just because I know about that damn book and everything that's in it, fuck you. I'm no longer I'm not kowtowing to that bullshit. Yeah, I agree, Amy. Amy says it does have a calming effect, calms the digestive upset for me. Pop, that is. Yeah, I agree. There are certain ones that work versus others that I dearly love that I can't go near because literally one cup of like Fresca. I can't drink. I love Fresca. Can't touch it with a 10-foot pole because literally drinking one cup of it, I will break out in. There's a certain ingredient in it. It literally, my hands start to shred. It's the craziest thing. And I'm assuming that's an allergy. I've never talked to anybody about it. Amy, so I have a small 10-ounce coffee mug that I will have maybe once or twice a day. There you go. Yeah, I've got my iced tea. I've decreased my tea drinking, my iced tea drink, because I'm not a coffee drinker. I'll decrease my. So this is part of the process. It's part of the journey that I am on, but everybody goes through a different journey in their life through multiple different stages. Okay, where are you going, dog? We got a new dog. And it's been really interesting. Um so anyhow, um and I can't pick him up. He's like 50 pounds. It's like I will hurt myself if I pick him up. Anyway, he's been a real sweetheart. We've had a couple of real scares with him though, but he's not vicious or anything like that at other situations, and that was it. It really kind of traumatized all of us, but he's doing good now and all of that. Anyway, um, it's different because I haven't had a animal in my life since our Max died and our family's beloved Max had passed, and I'm trying to get this one over here to be a little on the telepathic side, and it's like, nope, not doing it. And I'm like, oh, come on, you can do it. You're choosing not to. Christopher, I am very cautious with the new government as they are trying to enact a civil dissent code that is comprehensive ban on most speech. I suspect the attacks will increase. Yeah, most likely. I don't know. I haven't looked into any of the psychic stuff. After January was a horrible month with illnesses for me personally, and then February has been mom died, and now we're into the beginning of March, and I still feel like I'm part of February. Oh my God, today's the 4th. I just realized what tomorrow is. Oh, Amy, Christopher, and Robert, I'm going to need to have a conversation with you folks to let you know some information. Yeah, wow, I don't know why I didn't think of that until just now. Well, yeah, okay, this makes sense. Part of my journey. Anyway, and that's part of my grieving process. I understand that. So you do what you have to do. So if you're not in regular counseling, seek a support group. Get the support where you need it. Look into things. This is an FYI, folks. This is probably going to be a short night. I'm just very thankful to be able to be on live again. I'm very thankful that I've got friends in the chat. And if you find, speaking of this, just dawned on me, if you find this useful information, please click on the like button, or subscribe if you haven't subscribed. I'm usually on, woo, that was high pitched. Sorry about that, guys. I'm usually on Thursdays at 7 p.m. I had to change that this week. I have something taking place on Thursdays, and actually there's going to be something taking place tomorrow as well. But anyway, but I need to inform certain people in my life as to what's coming or expected to be coming. Anyway, so just be sure to take care of yourself. Go through whatever you need to go through and allow yourself. That's the biggest thing that I have learned through all of this. Allow yourself. Hey Cam, how you doing? Allow yourself to be present. Make sure that even if you're going through a lot of muck and mire and crap, that you still pay attention. It's difficult to do sometimes, but definitely worth the time in doing it, especially when certain things happen. If it hadn't have been for someone in my family, immediate family, noticing something today, there could have been some very serious repercussions. I'm very thankful for what was witnessed today and what had taken place. We had a pretty significant event again in our household, and it was rather shocking, especially after hearing from someone last night making everything a joke about targeting. So, excuse me. So it was. Speaking of iced tea, it's one of those moments. Excuse me. So things have been really, really difficult. Just make sure that you work on taking care of yourself. Make sure that you have what you need. If you do vitamins like I do, try and get 7 days in a row set up so that you're not having to do them every single day, taking time. If you're having problems with food, making sure that you're eating, have things set up on a day-to-day basis so that it will be, easy. Oh, good grief, here we go. Easy for you to deal with eating so that it doesn't become a chore, so that it doesn't. People go through an awful lot. And what I've learned is if you set up things in a specific way, it helps to get you through the day. It helps to get you through the week, depending upon what kind of week you're having. And like right now, I'm having a lot of sinus stuff. Well, there's spots on the nose, like right here, and you start releasing those. Oops, there we go. You start releasing those, and it'll start opening up your sinuses. Like it just did. That's gross. Like it just did for me. There are other spots to help release the vagus nerve. Hey, Para. Welcome. Come on in. There are spots on your collarbones, just above your collarbone, where if you tap them repeatedly a number of times, you can open up vagus nerves or vagal nerve. Vagus. Well, anyway, it opens that up. Another one is and you get down really low, you can open up and help release some of the vagal or vagus nerve in your body, and that can help with stress. Those are all things that you yourself can do for yourself that will help you. And there's the tips of the fingers are I can't think of what it's called. Reflexology is really good for, like the tips of the fingers are sinuses. Sections of the thumb are also different parts of the head. Sections in the hands. Do your research into reflexology. Reflexology, when I was pregnant in the 1990s, early 1990s, is phenomenal for the body. Work on the tips of the toes for the sinuses, the sides of the toes for the neck. You do your own research. I mean, look at the soles of the feet, top parts of the feet as well. All of that comes into play in how you do on a daily basis. And there are things to where if you're only able to do one thing, and I can't quite do it at the moment, in through the nose, out through the mouth. That is one of those things that can help actually release some stress and tension in the body. All part of the journey. Anyway, and I don't want my broadcast tonight to be about my level of anger and lividness. I want it to be a process of talking and being open about those things and open about whatever journey it is that you are on, and whatever changes that you can make that for yourself that will help you for yourself. I mean, whether that is getting into something you've never done, reading up on a subject you have never once been interested in, and now you're thinking, well, maybe. Well, start looking into it. Is it something you really want to get into? If not, you'll know right away. Look at other things. If you're having an extensive amount of stress in your life, look at reading a book. Whatever kind of book. And if you're not a reader, get a book on, I was going to say a book on tape. Oh my God. Gen X here. Oh my God. Sorry, guys. Anyway, get an audio book. God, technology. Anyway, get an audio book. Listen to the book while you are multitasking, doing other things. You're getting the knowledge in. And you're also retraining your brain in different ways, and it's helping your process in how you're dealing with this, okay? Anyway, on that note, I am going to go 41 minutes into this. 42. Anyway, I hope things are good for you in your life. If they are not, reach out to somebody. I would normally say reach out to me, but I'm not exactly available through the month of March. I've got to get through my own shit first before I can start doing for others. If it's an emergency, yeah, there are times where I've been available, but it's also depleted me in doing so. So I'm very, very careful about that kind of stuff. But please take good care of yourself. Try to, at least. And if nothing else works, in through the nose, out through the mouth. Do a number of those, but be very careful so you don't get lightheaded. Okay? If you're into meditation, try doing some meditation for a little bit. If regular meditation doesn't work, find a buddy. Find somebody that is, even if it's via a video call. God, I'm having problems with my brain tonight, and I apologize because that's not normal. It's just because I'm overly tired and I'm overly upset and blah, 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 blah. Anyway, so I apologize ahead of time. But find a partner. Find a partner, even if it's via video call, and you do meditation together. That can be done, and it is worth doing. And it helps to keep you accountable. So anyway, on that note, 44 minutes in, I am going to say adieu for the night. I hope you have a good evening. I hope you take very good care of yourself. Get some rest. Get some water in if you can. Remember your vitamin D3. Look into it. Do your own research. None of it's medical advice. Just look into it. And take very good care of yourself. Bye, guys. Take very good care. Bye.